Hello to our viewers. Welcome back to our channel Key to Band 8 IELTS. So, in today's tutorial, we'll be talking about task 1 for GT people. Yes, this tutorial is for general training and we have a formal letter with us. Now, as we have already made a video that how you need to write down a formal letter. But today, we'll show you how to write it in detail. So let's start. The question here is, write a letter to a hotel manager to inform you are coming with a group of people to have a business meeting at his hotel. So firstly, through reading this thing, like this part of the question, you might be feeling like how to understand that this letter is formal, because this letter is formal because you are writing down a letter to a person who is at an authority. Maybe you are not under that authority. Maybe it's like you are not, this person is not your boss, okay? But still, that person is at an authority and you are writing down to him. And that person is also unknown. You might know his name, that yes, that person is the manager of that hotel, and you might have once met him, but you are not friends. So that is the reason this letter comes into a formal category, because that person to whom you are going to write this letter is sitting at an authority. So this is how you need to judge that whether this letter is formal, informal, or a semi-formal one. But this one is a formal one because you are writing down to a person who is at an authority. Okay, and the question here elaborates that you yourself, the person who is writing this letter, is also at an authority. So that gives 100% surety that this letter has to be a formal one. So now what are the sub parts of the question? These 3 lines tells that these are the sub parts of the question, and these are the main things that you need to cover in your letter. Okay, so the first part is introduce yourself and the group. Tell about the business meeting, inform if accommodation is necessary. So the question says, like here, if you see, introduce yourself and the group. Are you kind of judging that either you are the boss or you are the manager of that company? Because you are going to organize a meeting. Write down a letter to the hotel manager to inform you are coming with a group of people to have a business meeting at his hotel. So either in this letter you can talk as if you are the owner of the hotel of that particular firm and you want to have a meeting in this particular hotel, and that is why you have organized a meeting and you want that meeting to be held in that hotel. Okay, rather you can act as a manager of this company, the company who is about to hold a meeting in a particular hotel. Are you getting my point? So this variation of choice is left on you in IELTS exam. They do not make, gives you like 100% situation is not always given to you. In formal letters, there are sometimes some situation where you need to judge or you need to decide what you want to be. Either you can act as a manager or you can act as a boss of that particular firm, and you can tell them that I am the boss, this is my company, and we are organizing a meeting and we want the meeting to be held in your hotel, in that particular room or the conference hall. So this is it's all solely your decision, and here I have been the boss of the company. The way I have written the letter, I have acted to be the boss of the company because I'll be talking in that way. Here I'll be introducing myself. Like now the first sub part of the question is introduce yourself and the group. Tell about the business meeting. Second sub part. Third is inform if accommodation is necessary or if it is necessary, if you need it or not. Now what to do? Always do not try to write 3 paragraphs for the 3 subparts of the question. Like here, for this subpart you will be writing down 1 paragraph, for this another, for this another. Never do it. Either if you feel like, you can make 1 paragraph of these 2 subparts and 1 paragraph of this, or you can make 1 paragraph of only one first subpart, and then for the second and the third you can combine them in your second body paragraph, and then the closing line, and then yours faithfully. Okay, you can do it. In either way you won't be ranked less on your bands, so you can opt whatever you feel like you feel like that is the I have more ideas for this point, and I want BP1 to just be with this sub point only, and I have less points for these 2 sub points, so I'll join them together and I'll put them in body paragraph 2. Okay, so it's all your opinion. You won't be marked less in that option. So what I have done here, I have opted to join these 2 things for one body paragraph. Body paragraph 1, and in body paragraph 2 I will be talking about this sub point. Okay, so before starting, there's always in the question, you will be given the question in your exam and in the question booklet itself. After this thing there will be written, sometimes it is like 99% there's a surety that this dear sir or respected sir will be given to you. So copy that thing only to your answer booklet, and always start from the left side of your answer booklet, extreme left, and every paragraph has to start from the extreme left with a capital letter of the first word that you are writing in the left corner of your answer booklet. Okay, so what is the first paragraph? If you see, this is the introductory paragraph. Okay, so as we have already told you in our previous videos that here you have to write down, the first paragraph has to be like, you need to tell the purpose of the letter. Why are you writing down the letter? And the purpose has to be a very crisp, like the information has to be crisp, no more than 3 to 4 lines. Are you getting my point? Here I will be just writing down what is the purpose of this letter. Okay, if you see, the way I have written is, my name is Gunveet Kaur. Obviously do not just jump into writing down that I'm writing this letter to inform you that we are coming to your hotel. No, it has to be a formal one. Firstly, introduce yourself, and also if you see, the demand of the question also states that introduce yourself and the group. Okay, they are telling you to introduce yourself, so it is mandatory that you need to put down your name. Rather waiting to come at the end of the letter, rather wait like yours faithfully and then writing down your name. Write down your name in the starting, tell them who you are. Okay, my name is Gunveet Kaur. I am writing this letter to book a conference hall. Okay, as they have asked you to book that you are coming with a group of people to have a business meeting. Obviously you require a hall to have that meeting. Okay, so you are telling them that I am writing down this letter to book a conference hall and reserve 10 rooms in your hotel Radisson, comma. Now if you see, they have already told you, like the question, demand of the question says that you need to tell who you are and you need to book a hotel or meeting hall for the conference that will be held in their hotel, and tell them if you need any accommodation or not. Tell them, inform if accommodation is necessary. So in my idea, I felt like that I need to book 10 rooms also. So I have added that point here in the introduction part, that I am writing down this letter to book a conference hall and reserve 10 rooms in your hotel Radisson for a business meeting in which I will be inviting my business associates from many other parts of India. That's it. Are you getting my point? Here I have kind of, in this paragraph, I have kind of given him 99% information about what is the purpose of this letter. So you need to write down the purpose of your letter in these 3 lines. You need to tell them, you need to deliver whatever the letter has in it. Like in the body paragraph 1 and 2, he'll be reading about these things. Okay, are you getting my point? So this is how you need to write down your first paragraph. Now next comes body paragraph 1. As I've already told you, I'll be covering subpart 1 and 2 for my body paragraph 1. Now the subpart 1 says introduce yourself and the group. Now as I've already given my name, but I have not yet introduced my group, I'll be doing that here and tell about the business meeting. Now what is the business meeting all about? I'll be telling the manager of the group about my organization, like in what are my business associates all about, what is my business meeting all about. I'll be telling that thing, and then I'll be talking about what the business meeting will be like. Now if you see, like, what is the business meeting? Tell about business meeting. Tell them when will the meeting start, on which date the meeting will be held, how many people will be joining the meeting. Like this kind of details you need to put down in your body paragraph 1. So let's start. Like, how to start your body paragraph 1? You can start it like this, talking a brief introduction, talking about a brief introduction about my firm. I've started it in a formal way, and I'm now about to tell him that how and what is the business I am dealing in. We deal in manufacturing of automobile spare parts. The purpose of this meeting, again, just a brief introduction about what my business is all about. I've just told that talking about a brief introduction about my firm, we deal in manufacturing of automobile spare parts. Now, what is the purpose of this meeting? The purpose of this meeting is that we are planning to open retail outlets in other parts of India, for which we have invited interested parties. Are you getting my point? Because now I'm telling him about the business meeting. So you can see that till here I have covered about the group. Like, we deal in manufacturing of automobile spare parts, and this meeting is related to that we are planning to open retail outlets in other parts of India, and because of that we have invited interested parties. Adding more, if you see, I have added connectors here. I've started adding connectors. I'm not just finishing one sentence, putting a full stop and then starting another sentence. Are you getting my point? I am adding connectors here. I'm giving a good start to my body paragraphs. I am covering everything that is the demand of the question. And if you see these 4 lines, 1, 2, 3 and till here, I have made a compound sentence. There are 3-4 ideas in this one sentence. I have beautifully made a compound sentence. That is, a compound sentence is something that gives proper information. Like, the sentence is not giving half knowledge. The sentence completes the knowledge that the person is trying to give to the reader. Okay, so I have added a compound sentence, then I am adding a connector. Adding more, we seek a hall. Now I am telling him that we need a hall, because here you have already told, you have just given a brief thing about that you need this, but you need to talk about it. Now if you see, I have not again used the same word conference hall, rather I have just said hall. Are you getting my point? So I'll be given more on my lexical resources because I am not repetitively using the same words. Okay. We seek a hall to accommodate 100 people with a screen to show PowerPoint presentations which will deliver every minute details about our manufacturing units. So again, I have given one more point, that I am seeking a hall and elaborating that point. It's just not, I'm just asking, like the letter is, you do not want your letter to be lame, that you just write down whatever the things are being asked in the question. You need a hall, I need a hall, that's it. No, ask some more things, that if you hire a hall, what things you need? You need a screen, that because you want to display your PowerPoint presentations related to your manufacturing units. And I have also given a point because that presentations will deliver every minute detail about our units. I have interrelated everything and I have made the reason for this meeting like I've clearly demonstrated everything in a very proper way. I have demonstrated that I need a hall with PowerPoint presentation and I need a screen for it, and what else you can write. Now again I have added furthermore, because obviously you will be staying there in the hall for around a certain period of time. Talk about that time now, talk about that date, and talk about if during that meeting you need some meals from the hotel premises, like from the hotel kitchen. Definitely, because in the meeting everyone won't be carrying their tiffins. You are, as you have shown yourself to be such a big firm, because you are opening retail outlets, so you want you want to serve something to your delegates, so you can add these things as well. Furthermore, we wish to start the assembly. Now again, if you see, I am not writing down the same thing, meeting or the conference. I have stated it in a different way, that I have used the word assembly here. Assembly at 11 AM and possibly end at 6 PM, which means we will be having lunch and tea at your premises on 25th August 2021. Mention any date that is near to your exam, okay, and you can end the body paragraph 1 in this way. Are you getting my point? Here I have written everything that I need to tell the manager about my group and about the business meeting, and what are the requirements or what are the things that you need the hotel to provide you during that meeting, and you are providing him with the date. Okay, so in the next body paragraph we will be talking about inform if accommodation is necessary. As I have told, I have written down, I have wrote here that I need 10 rooms, so we will be talking about that in our next body paragraph. So now let's start our body paragraph 2. Again, I'll say that you need to start it from the extreme left. Okay, so the third sub part was inform if accommodation is necessary. So as you have already told them that you need 10 rooms, so we'll be talking about that thing now. As mentioned above, so do not just hesitate or do not just jump into thinking that what fancy word I need to start or how to start your body paragraph 2, because you only have 20 minutes to write your letter. So all you need to focus is that you need to put ideas in your letter, that you need to elaborate things. Focus on that thing, because for letter part, what they are looking for is that how you are elaborating the point, and you do not need to actually use good words of vocabulary, and you just need to add 2 or 3 types of 2 or 3 forms of sentence also. Like we have given one compound sentence, here we will be we'll be adding one passive sentence and that's it. Just two forms of sentences, good words of, that comes under vocabulary. Like if you say, like you are not repetitively using the same words, that comes under your lexical resources. And the way you have wrote your task or you have written your letter, okay, that comes under your task achievement. Like you are making one paragraph for these two and one for this, or whatever your way is. Like you are fulfilling the criteria for task achievement. And under the coherence and cohesion, it means that if you are talking about rooms, okay, you will be talking in the next paragraph, in the next line itself, you are not talking about the conference again. Are you getting my point? So it means if you are talking about rooms, or you have decided that this point will cover your body paragraph 2, you are not talking about these points. Then you are, whatever the requirement or whatever the ideas you need to write down. If you think like, if you are thinking that I need to put such words or put these ideas in for this sub part, you are writing that point in your body paragraph 1 only. You are not putting those ideas in body paragraph 3 just because that came into your mind while writing down, and you are just penning it down. Do not do it. Make a habit that, okay, I need to choose such words, or I need to put these lines for these two parts, and I'll be writing down those points in this paragraph only. Like if you have selected body paragraph 1 for these subparts, I'll be writing down those points in body paragraph 1 only. And if while writing down your body paragraph 2, you just got an idea, like a new idea strike downs your mind, you felt like that I need to put that idea, if you have time, add it in body paragraph 1, but not in body paragraph 2. Because for body paragraph 2 you have this subpart and you will be only focusing on this subpart. Okay, are you getting my point? So here we'll be starting it in a way that, as mentioned above, we want you to reserve 10 rooms for our delegates. Again, in the question it is written in the introduction I've written associates. Now I'm using the word delegates, okay, for 25th night, because you have mentioned that the meeting was on 25th August. So you are now telling them for that night, like after the meeting will finish, my delegates will be staying in your hotel. Now as people will be staying in the hotel itself, so they, in the morning before leaving, they will be having the breakfast. So you will be talking about that thing also, like the delegates for 25th night, as they will be leaving on 26th after having breakfast at the hotel itself. So through this you have made them clear that you want them to serve the breakfast, or you need the reservations of the room with breakfast. Okay, so make points clear like this. Next comes, please inform me at your earliest if the Sumit Hall. Now again I am not using the word conference hall, I am using Sumit Hall, and rooms are available for 25th August. Okay, so your requirement is for 25th August, and you are talking that please inform me at your earliest if the conference hall or the Sumit Hall and the rooms are available for 25th August. Okay, my email. Now how he will inform you? You need to write down that information. My email address is your email ID. If you need any other information, please do not hesitate to call me at your number. Hoping for a prompt reply from you, yours faithfully, Gunmeet Kaur. Because why you have opted to write down yours faithfully? For formal letters, either you can opt to write yours sincerely or your faithfully. You are given two options for formal letters, yours faithfully and yours sincerely. Y has to be capital and F has to be in small letter. So this is how you need to write down your formal letter. You need to write down everything that has been asked in the question. Nothing should be, the information has to be proper, like complete. there's no way that you are asking half things and you are just letting down, okay, I'm done with my letter, I do not have more ideas. But think, genuinely think, like, if I'm going to a conference hall, what things I require while being there in the hotel. You want them to serve you lunch, you want them to serve you tea, and during the presentation you want some screen, you need that display. Or either tell them if you are carrying that thing with you. But if you are booking a hall, you want them to book, you want the screen to be there, so you can talk it in that way. And again, for the nights, if you are booking the hotel for a particular date, talk about that date. And then obviously in the morning you won't be leaving the hotel. If you'll be having the breakfast outside, mention that we just need hotel rooms without breakfast. We need rooms, reservations for the rooms that comes under without breakfast. If you need room reservations with breakfast, mention that again. Again, you need to provide him with your email address and your phone number, and you are giving that information in the last of this letter. Okay, then comes the closing line. Closing line is like you are asking him, you want his reply, you have told him everything, now you want him to reply you. So again, you have opted to write down, hoping for a prompt reply from you. Yours faithfully, Gunveet Kaur, G capital, K capital. That's it. This is how you need to write down your letter. So I hope you like this video, and if you appreciate our efforts, do subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, follow us on our Instagram page, and share this video among your friends. So this is me, Gunveet Kaur, signing off for today. Bye bye.